Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. Just was reminded that we are 2 weeks away from vacation. I cannot wait. Gentlemen, welcome in. We are back. It's 2 weeks in a row. Is it unbelievable that we're here 2 weeks in a row?
Screw you all in your vacations. I don't get vacation.
Scotty, you've been invited, bro. You have absolutely been invited.
Do you see this? It's called dinero, which I do not have any of.
Robert?
If you would have took our advice and started that only Scotty account up.
Now, honestly,
crawling in money.
Honestly, before we get started, happy birthday to Scotty. Scotty's birthday was the other day, right? Scotty,
Yep.
how young are you now? I mean, we've been doing this such a long time, and I think this might be the first year that I didn't call you and sing happy birthday.
Actually, that is true.
So that's why.
You haven't you did that last year. You've done that almost every year that I've known you.
And there's a reason why, Scotty, because today I'm going to sing it live here on the show to you, Scotty.
No.
Happy birthday to you. Guys can sing it with me. Happy birthday. That's right. To you. Happy birthday. Dear Scotty. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, all right, Scotty.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
and to answer the question, I am 42 years young.
Okay.
So
I don't know if you remember me singing to you.
Mine's
in the
coming
aisle
up.
of Walmart.
Yeah, no, I remember. I do honestly like. That was one of the most embarrassing days of my life because people are looking like, like they called security for a dead cat in the aisle. It sounded like a cat dying.
Well,
in the
maybe
aisle.
Scotty, you don't take your shirt off when I'm singing to you, and it's not a problem. So, well, happy birthday, Scotty. Did you do anything? Did you do anything on your birthday? 42 years old.
Nah, I just had to work.
I'm almost there too.
Huh?
I said I'm almost there too.
Yeah.
August.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right behind me on that one. No, all I did was work, but when I came home, I stopped by the I couldn't get to a cheesecake factory to get a really decent slice of cheesecake, but Food Line cheesecake sometimes does suffice. So I picked me up a thing of cheesecake and had a couple of slices. So,
No doubt. I Cheesecake Factory, $30 for one slice. Weiss or Food Line, $5 for a whole pie.
Yeah.
So you saved yourself
Definitely
some
not
dollars.
the same quality, probably, but good enough.
You saved yourself some dollars. We lost AK. But anyway, happy birthday. I'm glad you had a good birthday. Glad you made another trip around the sun. So
Oh no, AK is blurry again.
no, he's back now. He's back. He's back.
He's back, but he's still blurry.
No.
So we got a couple things to cover. We got Night of Champions or Day of Champions, as Ricky calls it. We got that coming up today. We also today it's not going to be a super long show. Possibly, we'll see. AK's back, so we're going to add another 40 minutes to it. But followers, we love our followers. We love our people that subscribe, and love our people that follow us on the Facebook and the YouTube and the TikTok. And
Some of them are idiots.
sometimes they don't love us. So, but I appreciate all you guys. We're gonna go over. I just got a couple things that we're just going to go over here today for fan feedback. So I put up a couple videos the other day, some clips from the show, and we got I don't know if we got some upset people that didn't really appreciate what we had going on. So let's check out this first one here.
That's true.
Anyway,
Oh shit! Yeah.
really awesome that what's going on here with Danhausen. I think that's
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable. I had to turn it
So,
down because
let's
let's
get
get into
Tony Khan
good
by
feedback.
kicking himself.
And what this is all about Tony Khan
Again, I
dropping
try
the
not
ball.
to dump on Tony
on-
as much, but what an idiot!
Yeah.
Danhausen, what an idiot he was.
Danhausen
You have
requested
gold
out of
in
his
your bottom, in
contract.
the palm of your
I'm gonna watch
hand,
it.
gold.
One
We
second.
weren't
He
lying.
just was
One
like,
second,
yeah.
and it's gonna.
I can't
it'll
He
figure
bring
out
up
what to do.
basically let him just be a Orange Cassidy side act and left him in ROH, and then that was it. He asked for his contract released. Tony Khan grants it.
Hey, man.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't see that, check out all of our clips. I put up clips for the show. So we had some feedback on that. We talked about it last week, AK. I know you weren't here. We talked about Danhausen, Tony Khan dropping the ball, basically dropping the ball. And we've said it a million times. He dropped the ball on Danhausen and how he's been such the golden child. So a couple comments here from the chat. And I'll get y'all's feedback. Did you see I found my AK? I found my little AK.
Hey,
I found my little AK.
Like how it's
Danhausen, this is from Mark Berenstein or Berenstein, depending on if you believe if there was ever Berenstein Bears. Danhausen was basically brought in as a joke to AEW. Tony Khan never had an idea what to do with him. You AEW fans will drop to your knees and pleasure him if you were given free tickets to his show and accept any they give you, and don't understand that TK has made more money with WWE or made more money for WWE TKO by not re-signing Cody and choosing Jack Perry over CM Punk, letting others go to WWE. And yes, Danhausen is included in that all of this. And this will continue to happen because you might hear a mid-card guy saying they'll never go to the WWE, but you'll never hear anyone saying that their life goal is to go to AEW. So Mark kind of actually agrees. Looks like Mark agrees with us there. That again, Tony Khan has made a big mistake with a lot of guys. AK, so would you? I mean, you agree, right? Danhausen's been nothing but pure gold since he's gotten.
So look, I'll say this on Tony Khan's behalf. I'll be the guy on the other side, right? I think that the timing was just off. Like when he grabbed Danhausen, right? He knew, his ROH stuff. We knew the Indies knew who Danhausen was, right? And with his relationships and friendships with some of the guys who were already having issues that already had left, it was really like a hard, and with the development of other, like, it's been so hard for AEW to piece all this shit together to even try to get some decent stories going and shit. And like, had Danhausen stuck around, do I think anything had been different? Probably not. But WWE sure found a way to capitalize on finding a new gimmick as far as an entertainer. And again, I hear people say he's a joke, but that's the point. The point is that he's here to entertain. We have a lot of great wrestlers out there. It's time to bring out some of the fun shit. And I think when he was doing it in AEW, because WWE is looked at as the final frontier of wrestling, again, a 50-plus-year-old company compared to a 5-year-old, 6-year-old company, it looks like indie shit when he's doing it over there. And that's how it was getting criticized when he was doing it at the time. Again, he didn't have as much airtime and he didn't get to do it as often as we liked, but he still did run gimmick over there, right?
Did he? I don't remember. I mean, if it was behind he was injured. Actually, he got injured the night we went to, I don't know if you guys were with us or not, but we went to that ROH show and he was supposed to be on that pay-per-view. And he couldn't because was that the one that
that's the one you and I were at. That was before he was injured for a long time. What year was that again, Jason? That was
it was easily he had just signed.
23, I think.
Yeah, I don't know that he ever really stepped
no,
into a
that was
he
before
possibly
that.
stepped into a wrestling ring at some point, but I don't remember.
So here's the thing. I think like the ROH pay-per-view we went to was Final Battle.
Final Battle. Yeah.
And he was there that night. He was in a boot.
He was on commentary.
He was on commentary. He was in a boot. He couldn't wrestle because I remember seeing him and like he came out and he had his entrance and everything. He was walking on crutches in a boot. Came down to commentary, and then what year that was that? Was that 2018, 2019?
I had the poster around here somewhere. I just don't.
Well, it was close enough to AEW's inception, and like within 6 months of AEW's inception, he's in the company. He still can't wrestle. He's still injured, but you know he came out. He could still do vignettes and
21.
Oh, okay. So it was 21. So it was a couple years after AEW started, and then he was signed.
Yeah,
and then but he was
it was before they bought. That was ROH's final show.
Final show not under Tony Khan.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like they brought him in soon after Final Battle, and then but again he's still injured, he can't wrestle, but they stick him with the joke. They stick him with pockets. And you know, they
when he came in, he was trying to side with Hook.
Yeah,
it was Hook.
He was trying to side with Hook.
Yeah, he was Hook
versus Satnam Singh and Jeff Jarrett and that
didn't get over. And then they put him with pockets, and that didn't get over.
Well, you know, Tony.
We were laughing because we were at that show when he tried to bribe Hook on Rampage taping with little bags of Doritos, and Hook shoved him.
I don't want to say that they found anything with him over there, but he was still hitting. Like if he, you know, and that's one of the reasons why people gave him that second chance, you know, and then we got to explore him more. And even knowing like, half the WWE fans didn't know who he was, but for all of us that watch wrestling more, we knew who he was, and we knew how big of a deal it was going to be for WWE to hit or miss with him. And we were expecting it to flop again from that debut. It wasn't great. And then literally the 24 hours later, the full turnaround. But I just think that he needed more time, and we didn't get that. And I think, there still could have been a lot of underlayered shit with AEW's development. I want to go a little deeper into AEW side later in the show, but I do think that, you can't put that. Well, I guess you can, but I can't blame Tony Khan for fumbling.
Well, you really, AK, you really can, because do you remember the excitement in the Indies when Tony was picking up all this indie talent? Like he was collecting all the best of the best indie talent, which honestly ended up turning out to be a good thing for the WWE, because I don't think Vince at the time was paying any attention to the indies. He didn't care. He was only looking at your TNAs and MLWs and stuff like that.
NWA and stuff like that.
I don't know so much NWA. NWA.
You grabbed a few.
But again, do you remember the excitement? I mean, not so much for me, but as an indie wrestler, when Tony was like, you get a job and you get a job and you get a job, and you were like, oh my God, we might accidentally fall into something here.
He was the
Tony Khan with a lot of talent. And again, he was collecting them with no real plan but to keep them from the WWE. That to me, that's what it was. I mean, you look at all these guys, Big Cass, he signed Big Cass, they were out on the indies, and what's the dude from the Texas area? He was the bounty hunter. What's his name? Brian Keith, right? Brian Keith was like the #1 black wrestler on Black 500 wrestling, and he grabbed him, but never really. He tried. He stuck him with Jericho, which was probably good for Brian Keith, but he was collecting wrestlers, and it really wasn't. And then Danhausen was just part of that collective that he was just trying to grab all the people that people like to go see on the indies.
Tony
Orange
Khan would have tried the
Cassidy.
T-shirt cannon with Danhausen, but accidentally would have gave him Jack Perry's flamethrower instead.
That could have that could have happened. So yeah, you absolutely can blame Tony Khan
Mhm.
for not having a real plan with anybody. He really
He would
picked
have been
up.
shooting Tony
Well,
Khan's eight
again,
balls out of the
for
T-shirt
me,
cannon.
for me, it just breaks down the structure of their, of their team in the back, right? Like you sit here and you're like, hey, again, you have all these action figures in the toy box. How do you feel out which ones are more valuable than others? How do you create that? And again, if you don't have a team and a system with a good plan, then you are doing it on the fly. You're running all these hours of TV, you're doing random matches, and you're trying to like test the waters for years to see what you could throw at the wall and what's going to stick. So again, and we,
But okay, hold on. But pardon the pun, but where does the AEW buck stop? Pardon the pun. Buck stops with Tony Khan. Tony Khan is the guy that started the company. He got his dad's money to do it.
But we know that he's not this like great wrestling mastermind coming out the gates. He's a guy who loved pro wrestling and he wanted to do something, and he started a company with guys who have been in the business for a long time. So again, he's still very green in all this as well. So again, for him being in that position, he's gonna make mistakes, and again, he has, as we can see, letting go Cody, the whole CM Punk thing. We can keep that list rolling, but at the same time, and this is where I fear for them as a company, is that now that they're starting to figure out who they're going to like invest in, they still haven't figured out the way to tell these stories. So we have all the players. We know who are the guys we're going to see every week and a couple of times a week. But now how the fuck do we get the fans tied into all that? And again, I'd hope we have more questions from the fans, but
I got one more that goes against what we were talking about. So,
go ahead.
Simon Molina. It was not gold because it was out of place of AEW's genre of wrestling, which I don't think so, because comedy rolls everywhere. And he followed Punk. Punk moves to WWE with his buddies. He follows him. How dense can you all be? Money and Fame trail had very little to do with TK. Danhausen fits with WWE because he follows their ideal of the children's family entertainment show. The idiot here is thinking WWE. The idiot here is terrible at writing. The idiot here is thinking WWE and AEW have the same core audience and values. Of course, Danhausen is gold comedy in a family-based, children's orientated promotion. So, yes, he does fit. I really don't think that they're trying to reach children with Danhausen in WWE either. I don't think they are. There's not there. He's got such a reach. He touches everything, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's just you can't just put him into one box. And yes, and I made a comment under this right before.
I think I was drinking and I saw that, and I was like, "You fucking idiot!"
Ricky called him a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So, but be nice to the idiots. So, yes, my comment was yes, wrestlers do that. My guy AK goes to another company. AK is comfortable when he has his people around him, so he brings his guys in with him too, like me or other guys he's comfortable with. And that's just kind of how wrestling was. Peter is you kind of just move and migrate with whoever. So,
the click.
I don't think it had anything to do with. I'm sure it had to do with some sort of human monies. But again, Danhausen is a creator. And people who create want to create. And Danhausen was handcuffed in AEW.
Guys, look, this is just God honest truth. There's probably only 2% of the guys in AEW that wouldn't take a phone call from WWE today. Because WWE still, WrestleMania is still the highest stage on a wrestling platform, like hands down. So again, if he got the call up from WWE, of course he's going to go. Yeah, he might have friends up there, but it's still the WWE at the end of the day. Same thing, again, the return of Cody. We knew Cody wanted to WrestleMania main event. We know Punk wanted to do it. Like, these are dreams for guys who've been doing it for decades, that it'll always be the highest frontier for wrestling. So, you know, again,
I mean,
can
you
say
jump
that-
when you make it. That is the top. That's the level. That's where
That's
you
it.
want to be.
That's it.
That's just where you want to be. And again, and we got another one here. This next one's going to come from TikTok, but I'll put the video up first. WWE does a really good job of taking guys and polishing them, right? To the
Sometimes.
maybe
Not all of them.
not all of them, but for the
Sometimes.
most part, they try to reform
Jay
them.
Cargill.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
she's gotten much better. She's gotten much, not much in keeping her hair on her head, but she's gotten much better than she was.
Yeah.
But okay, here's a perfect example.
Debatable.
Naomi was when the WWE she left, and what happened to Naomi? When she came back, she was terrible. She was god awful, and they had to get the stink off of her before she became WWE again. So they do a really good job of polishing these turds when they come in. And again, Danhausen has
they
never been to
reinvented
this level before.
Naomi's heel character, which was money at the time, and unfortunately, Jimmy Uso put a wrench in that.
He put something in it.
Yeah.
That's why he's never going to be a champion, fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's another one. I can throw you another one. Speaking of the Naomi thing, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné.
Oh,
Okay.
she's just god awful.
In WWE, she wasn't bad because they took a turd, they polished it, and she actually performed pretty well in WWE. Wasn't perfect, but she at least, she was always a part of the top, women's things in WWE at the time. She goes to AEW, and she is god awful. Her promos suck. Her in ring sucks. The whole 9 yards sucks because she was not being polished by WWE. So
It's because she was polishing Tony Khan.
I'll give you part of that. I don't think her in ring is terrible. I really don't. I think she's a showman. She's a showman. She's not a male wrestler, so Scotty, you're not going to notice what she does, but she's better than Becky Lynch.
Oh, 100%.
That I can
Many
get
levels, right?
100%.
So Sasha's a good wrestler, but people like that, she's naturally
Put 'em up on the
talented, I
same
think, when it
fucking
comes to
level.
wrestling
Terrible.
and facials and that kind of stuff. But the stuff that she wasn't great at, she had a lot of support in the WWE, right?
Yeah.
They write her promos, they help her with that kind of stuff. And now she's over here and they're giving her all this creative control. And you see what happens when some guys there's a lot of great wrestlers out there in the indies that follow really well. If you give them the lead to do something, good God, it would just be an absolute mess. And I think that's Mercedes' problem. So
Yeah.
all right, let's move on. We got another let me pull this back up without ruining it. Okay, perfect. Second video
He
here.
shows up at Elimination Chamber, and well, the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, he's just
Now he's on top of the world.
right. I mean, it almost makes you think about the other guys that are buried over in that other company, AEW. What would happen if they got their chance? Like if Orange Cassidy showed up on WWE TV, if he hands in his pocket, diving through the middle rope into somebody's hands.
Here's the thing: if Hunter still has any control, against TKO, that would be the one thing he put his foot down on. Is no fucking Orange Cassidy ever.
Nice. So Scotty loves Orange Cassidy. So,
I still want Scotty to dress up as him for Halloween.
So
I'm not Tony Khan.
yeah, I didn't reply to this comment, but Variant 3000 said no Orange Cassidy is. It's no Orange Cassidy. It's fine, by the way, because AEW does something WWE would never do and push young talent for world championships and give them great runs. Orange Cassidy was a great international champion. Like his run was fantastic and his matches were fire. I'm not saying that Orange Cassidy's not.
He's a good wrestler. He's a pretty good wrestler.
I think Orange Cassidy is a great wrestler.
He's entertaining.
I think he's a great indie wrestler, and I would almost like to see him in the system for WWE or NXT to see what they could do with him. But there's a difference between AEW and WWE. AEW, their top guys are their top guys, right? Their young talent are their top guys. They don't have a ton of they do and they don't. They don't have as many seasoned vets and well-traveled vets as they do in the WWE. And when you're in the WWE and you become world champion, that is the top of the top.
Yeah.
That is an earned respect and earned spot. And they give it to guys that's been in the business. Now, they do surprise you every once in a while and do something, which we're hoping they do with Javon. But they, for the most part, it's your guys. They didn't push Roman all the way to the top.
Money in the bank, thousand.
Right? They didn't push Roman all the way to the top, right? Cody was never the world champion until he left and got better and came back.
Guys,
AEW has to do that. NXT is the AEW version of the WWE. They can push their young talents and give them the titles in the NXT because that's where it makes sense. On the main roster, it just doesn't make sense to put Santino as the world champion at a young age, or guys that are even Javon. It doesn't make sense for Javon to be the world champion right now. Intercontinental champion, that kind of stuff. U.S. championship, different story.
This is the one thing that, and again, if we talk WrestleMania, right, it's being the biggest spotlight. The WWE title is the grandest title in all of wrestling, right? And you talk about the lineage of the WWE championship. There's a lot of guys who would be fucking multi-time champion anywhere else that have never held the WWE championship. And again, I think that's what makes it so special for us. It's like, man, like when somebody gets that world title, and go back to Jey Uso. When Jey Uso won the world title, how much shit did he get for after that run, right? And he still gets shit to the day.
Yeah.
But look how long Jey has been busting his ass in the WWE.
Fucking heel Jey Uso is money.
Oh, absolutely.
Where he's going right now is money.
I don't like heel Jey Uso is good without a title, but if you put a title on him, then do what with him, right? He doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be better on the chase for him than to actually hold it and defend it, right?
I think if he were to win a world title right now, kind of being that tweener, like almost heel, I think he would do much better than he did as a face.
When we talk Night of Champions, I want to dive into that a little bit more too on that dynamic and where I think it was going to lead. But back to the WWE Championship, though, again, you run down the list of champions. In AEW, you have to do that because there is no lineage.
Your guys are your guys, right? They're creating that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. You're writing the story now. So, yes, the young talent is going to be the talent of the future as well. So that name is still going to carry, hopefully, when this company hopefully moves on for the next 15, 20 years. But WWE, again, if that's the plateau.
Hold on.
What?
Did we both look at Scotty at the same time? Okay. When he said 10 to 15 years, we both looked at Scotty for Scotty to go.
What did I say, 5 years?
Again, we wish the best for everybody, right?
Right,
people working.
We don't wish anybody to lose their job.
Sorry, I zoned out on AK. Sorry, he was droning on about something I don't care about. So.
Fuck you.
Happy birthday, Scotty.
Yeah.
But any of those guys could definitely hit, like you said, in the NXT or even down to that US Intercontinental title and then start developing their career. But I don't believe anybody should jump ship and take a championship without making their bones like everybody has been doing for the past fucking 5 decades of this programming,
Yeah.
So
there is a process to the world title, right? AK, how long were you in ATCW? How many times did you take losses, take dumb pains?
Oh shit.
Right.
Years,
5 years, right?
6 years?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Until you hooked up with Jonathan Cross. But anyway, that's there.
Right guy. Hey, money talks.
Hey, listen, you got the Booker's ear. You get things done. But again, there's a process to becoming a champion. And again, AEW different. They're completely different levels. They're not, AEW maybe could eventually get to close to the WWE level, but it's going to take 50, 60, 70 years. WWE has been around for so long and they have such a process on how they do things. AEW really doesn't yet. And they'll eventually, in the next 5 or 10 or however long. It'll always start to come around for them. They're going to start having, Jericho. Okay, so there you go. Jericho goes over. He wins the world title. That makes sense. He is a world champion. He's been a world champion on the highest levels. It's about
now he's on the lowest levels, but still
if you put a guy like that in front of your company, right? That guy is the face of your company. So Chris Jericho is
well known.
He's known. You're going to put Jericho. Hangman Adam Page.
Well, they handed it off to Moxley next, who's also another seasoned, well-known guy.
But Moxley, not a bad champion. I don't like the whole put it in a bag thing. That was kind of terrible, or a box or whatever it was in.
We didn't see the title for like a year.
Yeah, it was a whole ass year.
That was his recent title run, though. His first one was
first one was better.
Yeah.
Omega came, the Omega stuff and all that. Yeah.
And MJF,
not the exploding death match.
MJF was well seasoned too, not as seasoned as Jericho for sure, but he is a guy that looks good with the title on. Darby Allin, I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of it. So
that's like somebody. That's like somebody playing. That's like somebody playing create a character in one of the 2K games, and they're like my size, and you haven't beaten like the Big Show for the world title or something.
Anyway, we get going about this forever. Thank you everybody for your comments. I love it. Keep it coming. I'm not gonna get mad. I mean, Ricky Mike, he's got a little bit of an attitude, but
I was drinking.
Keep it coming. Keep the comments coming. If you don't like what we say, please, I want to hear your opinion. That's what this is. We're an opinion show. We give our opinion, whether it's right or wrong. Most of the time it's right when I talk, but we love your comments. So thank you guys. And I apologize for Ricky telling you you're a dumbass. So
don't apologize. See, that's free discourse.
That's
that's
Ricky's Bud Light opinion.
No, it was what was I drinking? I was drinking Coronas that night.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, Jesus, man.
World Cup.
Oh, got you.
No, I don't do soccer.
Let's not talk about the World Cup. I've gotten my ass kicked the last 2 days. World Cup. Fucking Germany.
The only World Cup Jason knows is the one he wears next to the Twins.
Are you talking about testicles? What are you talking about, Scotty?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, I had to decode that. Well, you're getting older, Scotty, so your jokes aren't hitting as much.
didn't want to just come right out.
I want to see somebody struggle to score for 90 minutes. I'll just take you to the bar.
That's you. You're clock blocking me. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the Day of Champions or the Night of Champions.
Day of Champions.
It is Riyadh season, guys. I don't know if you know that or not. It's Riyadh season. So 6 matches on the card. And it is that time where we go to the man, the myth, the legend, Ricky, for his Rick's picks.
Hit my music.
It's time for Rick's Picks. It's time for Rick's Picks. It's time for Rick's Picks.
All right, now is the time where you get out your money, and this is when you're going to put it all on whatever comes out of Ricky's mouth. Please don't pay any attention to what Scotty or AK has to say. Everything reliable. I don't care if you got a mortgage coming up. Put it all on whatever Ricky's got to say for Rick's picks. Let's go. Let's get it, Ricky.
Looks like we got 6 matches on the card so far. We'll start with the men's United States title match. Trick Williams defending against Ricky, former AEW superstar Saints. Who you got, Scotty? Let's get him out of the way first.
I like Ricky Saints. Will always be a Ricky Saints fan. But it's just too soon. Like, he got this belt a couple months ago. It's still Trick Williams. It's still like he's doing some of the best work he's done in a while. I'm calling Ricky Saints as a next, he'll be one of the next champions, but not right at the moment. I'm going to call Trick Williams to go over on this one.
You got AK.
Yeah, I'm going to second that. I think Trick has momentum right now, and it would be a travesty to take the title off him. But I do think it's going to be a great way to display Ricky Saints on this pay-per-view level, and to give him a good match. You know, him and Trick got some good chemistry, so I'm looking forward to this one for sure.
Jason?
This is a case of came up too early. Ricky Saints is not a main event guy. He is not a main roster guy to me. They should have left Ricky Saints down to chase that world title and keep him in that scene down there. He's just, to me, he's not ready for the show yet. I like a lot of stuff with Ricky Saints, but this is a guy to me that's, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. So let me whoop that trick.
I agree with you. I'm going with Trick because what I always say about Ricky Saints, even when he was in AEW, I called him Diet Maivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. It's too soon for him to be on the main roster winning titles right now.
He'll never be. He won't be absolute for me for a while.
Yeah, so I think maybe down the line, but too soon. All right, let's swing over to the.
Hold on. You good with that, AK? Do you not agree? Are you?
No, I mean, I think that this is his perfect opportunity for him to show if he can hold this spot. You know what I mean? Again, working with the Trick Williams, and again, a lot of people have the same feelings you do. They're like, oh man, yeah, he could have stayed down at NXT, and there's a lot of things going on in NXT right now that he wouldn't mesh well with down there. But I think this is where he should be right now. I think he loses this match, and then he goes on and goes non-title, but he still gets to fight some of the C wrestlers and the lower guys, so he can get some wins under his belt and gain some heat. So
gain some size. He really needs some size. He really needs some size.
Okay.
Owen Hart in the house.
Here's a question then for you. What is Ethan Page doing?
He is going after the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing on the other side.
So you put the Intercontinental belt on Ethan, and you kind of have Ricky go have something going on with Ethan, build that up, and then give him a little while, and then put
the belt
show
on. Yeah, two different shows.
One's on SmackDown, one's on Raw.
Yeah, but so look, they're running.
That doesn't matter though.
They're running
not right now. Right now it does because he just did the trades and signing of the NXT guys.
But I think Ethan Page has just a little bit more traction than Ricky Saints does right now. And again, it's because of his I think he's just a lot more fluid with his work, as far as promo and his gimmick and everything like that.
He's got a better size and figure as well.
I've always thought Ethan looks the part.
Saints always felt a little forced. And again, for us, because we grew up watching The Rock and we saw it look fluid, that now it looks like he's just trying to play a part. And that's where I'm hoping that he can branch off with his gimmick and kind of and I was hoping he would do something a little different coming to WWE, but only time will tell if they decide to make that decision. But I think if he sticks with this gimmick, it's going to kind of bury him because we're looking at him in that he's playing The Rock. He's not being Ricky Saints.
I see another Austin Theory down the line.
Yeah.
So, right. And I would agree with that. Yeah. And I really don't think Ricky has been the same since he got punked by Edge.
Yeah. All right. Let's move it along here. Women's United States Championship. It's Tiffy time, I hope, versus Jade Cargill. Oh boy. Scotty, tell us something good about Jade Cargill.
I just hope she uses a better wig glue this time around.
And your time's up.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I honestly, so what is this match for again? It's for the
Women's United States Champion?
Oh, the U.S. title. I didn't even know Tiffy had the U.S. title.
Make a pick.
I've been out of the freaking. That's why my brain was confused. Sorry. We're gonna go with Tiffy on this one. We have to. I'm sorry about Jade, but it's just not. It's not gelling the way we wanted to. It's not gelling on the top of her head the way it should.
Yeah, we're more likely for a wig to come off than a wardrobe malfunction because
exactly.
Unfortunately.
So no, I'm gonna stick with Tiffy time on this one.
AK.
I think Jade's gonna take it, and I think that she should. Telling that story with Charlotte that they have going on right now, this is the only way to put them together, with something on the line. I don't think they needed it, but it's still like something to build more towards it. Now Charlotte has something to try to take away from Jade. I just think it's unfortunate for Tiffany Stratton because it's going to put her back in the loop that she was after she lost the WWE title. And but my pick is Jade. I think they're going to give it to Jade and keep her a little bit on the stronger side of things.
Jason.
Yeah. I'm going with Jade also. I still think that Tiffy is kind of on the I think they're still mad at Tiffy with all that bullshit with Americana Grande #2. And she was dating him, I think I heard that.
Yeah, Ludwig Kaiser.
I don't know who that is.
Whoa.
Lucky SOB.
I don't know. Yeah,
What are you
I don't
guys
know.
talking?
I just think there was some bullshit still there, and then we have that whole thing with Charlotte. We don't want to see Charlotte and Tiffy again. We don't need that.
Give us a new Hollywood Blondes. We'll put Blake Monroe, Tiffy Time, and Charlotte together.
I can't stand her either. I just can't stand her either. But
I unfortunately feel like Jade's gotta win this match. She just lost to Rhea. She needs to come back. God. Hopefully a comeback better in her hair. Anyway.
Get over
I resemble that remark.
Grow up.
Well, so do I. But anyway, bald is better. Steel cage match. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. It's got everything to say match of the night.
Again.
Yeah.
We're going to see this match again.
Yeah.
Scotty?
Not happy about this. Like they really need to break Seth off and do something else with him for a little while, and then like give the thing some time to build again before they keep doing another match. But I don't even remember who won the last one. It was Braun that won the last one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because of the vision. And Seth just cost the Vision the tag titles as well.
See, here's the thing. I will say this much. Like, considering everything that's going on with the Vision and the fact that everybody in the Vision is hurt right now, honestly, I think what they need to do is to kind of keep the strength on them is to put Braun over one more time and then just call it quits and like put Seth out to pasture on this feud and revisit it maybe in like a year or more, and then
Or never.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Vision needs this band.
Yeah, Vision needs this bad, so I'm going to call Braun to win this one.
AK.
Again, I think it's gonna be a great match. I think you're right. It could be match of the night, but I'm not for it. Again, like just going to the well too many times. But I know we say Braun needs it more, but I truly think the only path for Seth Rollins at this point is to start to build to work towards WrestleMania to fight Roman and give us the Roman Rollins WrestleMania main event next year. So as
Unless
much
they
as
bring in The Rock for Saudi.
But they could still bring in The Rock for that story. You know what I mean? The Rock could turn on Roman. They could do so much shit without The Rock having to wrestle, So I don't know if The Rock's necessarily going to be wrestling in Saudi. So my brain, again, goes back to we still haven't seen the Rollins Reigns. It's the last big main event that we haven't gotten at WrestleMania with the current roster that we have.
SummerSlam's a coming.
Yeah.
That's too soon. But again, that match is too soon for SummerSlam. You know what I mean? So I think Rollins.
The story's already there for them. It won't take much to reignite that.
No, it wouldn't.
But
They
you have to
actually
sell-
just did it. They
but-
just did a passing in Gorilla.
But you have to sell Rollins as being the guy to be able to beat him. That's the thing you have to do. It's not the story that you need. You have to sell Seth Rollins again, even though Roman hasn't ever beat Seth Rollins via pinfall. You still have to sell Rollins as the guy who could do the job that nobody else has been able to do.
Yeah.
So,
Jason.
Give me Braun to win this with the returning Brunson burner.
Ooh.
Law firm Braun and Brunson. You remember what was it? Was it Goldberg and Lesnar in a cage match in Saudi, or was it Roman and Lesnar? I can't remember.
I don't think
What?
Goldberg's
The
been
one
in
where
2 years.
Lesnar got speared through the cage and the cage door came flying off and Lesnar won because he hit the ground first.
I thought that was Cena.
No, that wasn't Cena.
No. That was Roman. That was
It was
Roman.
Roman.
It was Roman spearing Lesnar through the cage.
Yeah.
Give me that finish here where Rollins wins because Breaker spears him through
That'd
the
be cool.
cage.
I love that.
I hope
really
it's
like
the
to see
old
that.
school blue cage then.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't the blue cage when they did it the last
I
time.
know, but bring it back.
Yeah, but that's when
Oh, I
the Big
love
Show
that
did it to
cage.
Austin. Remember? Fucking
I-
back then.
Yeah, where the door swung open. Well, no,
Paul
the
White
one,
first came out and he threw
the
fucking
spear,
Austin.
the
through it.
one just went flat.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Queen of the Ring tournament finals. Io Sky, me love you long time, versus Liv Morgan, me love you long time too.
You got to choose one there, Ricky. You can't love both of them.
I'm greedy. I'll choose them both.
I'll say it's 2026. He can do whatever he wants.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go Liv Morgan on this one. I kind of, you guys convinced me the other week with the fact that Liv still being the champion and stuff like that, and then they kind of make a path for. I think you said it was like her. You guys wanted to see her and Charlotte or something at, or who was it? Was it Charlotte? You guys said?
Two belts.
Rhea.
I thought
Yeah,
Charlotte
Liv
was
two
going to win.
belts.
But yeah,
Yeah, Liv two belts.
I think you're going towards Liv 2 belts here as well. Who do you got,
So-
AK?
Yeah.
No, on the contrary, I think they're going to waste this, and I think they're going to give it to Io, and then Io's going to say that, hey, I beat you already. I can beat you again, and we're going to fight at SummerSlam, and then we just get the same match twice. And Io's going to lose at SummerSlam. So
What
I
if
think
Io wins and then turns heel on Rhea?
she won't. You know why? Because they don't need her to right now. There's no reason for her to do that. And right now, I feel like that would be a match they would save for a Mania. I don't
Rhea
think they would pull
turns
that
heel
trigger.
on her since Rhea's never beaten her.
But I think that could be what she plays with when she gimmicks it. She could be like, oh, I just beat Liv and, you never beat me. And they could tease that a little bit. But I really think that she's going to end up going fucking after Liv again. And just unfortunate storytelling from WWE. But I think that's the route they're going to go. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm taking Liv not to win. I've changed my mind completely. I think we're going to get an Io Rhea showdown here. I think that it doesn't matter. Io does not need to be heel. We're going to love her regardless. Whether whatever heel moves she wants to do, let her do it. And she's still Io. And give
I
me
ain't wearing
her.
pants, that's for sure.
Give me her to beat Rhea at SummerSlam.
I believe they posted a thing saying Liv has never lost to Io.
Uh-oh.
And now I'm on the fence with this one too.
I'm
I
telling
don't
you
know.
guys.
My pants would be off either way. So, and that for sure, you could take that pick to the
Thank
bank.
you.
Uh,
We can't
I'm
guarantee they're
taking-
not now.
I'm taking Liv. We're gonna get Liv 2 belts.
I don't
I think it's
so,
just
man.
gonna happen. She's probably the best heel in the game right now in WWE.
Yeah, for sure. But you got to realize too, though, right? Like the dynamic with Roxanne Perez and fucking, and Big Mama, I just think that whole thing's going to fall apart too in the middle of this story. And I think that that's what's going to lead us into her losing. And then, us seeing the Judgment Day break apart on their road to SummerSlam. But again, I think that it's going to make it look like Liv is going to be like on her decline, and she's still going to prevail on the rematch against Io. So, again, pin this, and then we'll revisit this come August?
Yeah. It's very possible Raquel causes Liv to lose this belt.
Yeah. They're
That's
both
true.
unhappy, right? Both the other
Yeah.
girls are unhappy. They
Not
make it a
belt.
point-
This Queen of the Ring. Sorry.
That's
they
true.
They make it a point to show us their unhappiness, right? Like there has to be a reason why they give each other looks before the camera pans off of them. So
Men's King of the Ring tournament final. Jey Uso versus Obafemi. We kind of called these two in the finals. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I don't care.
Yeet.
Because I think Brock's coming back to set up this SummerSlam rubber match.
What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't Brock, but Brock came after Oba's down? What if it's a bloodline thing, and then fucking Brock comes, and now you have, once Oba's done with Brock, he has a whole other beef that he can chase down the bloodline for too. And if Jay ends up winning the WWE title, which is highly unlikely, but if he does, then it gives Oba somebody to chase after the Brock scenario. And again, the rematch with Jay for the WWE title. So I think we're going to get 2 rematches out of the King of the Ring and King and Queen of the Rings. So again, I do think Jay, but I think Brock's going to take Oba while he's down after the match is over.
How great would that be if Jay decides that he wants to take Roman?
Yeah.
I would yes and no. Yes,
if they book it right, they could really.
Jay, I'm telling you, Jay and Jimmy are going with Solo. They are going to go with Solo at some point.
No, see, that's where Roman goes at SummerSlam. I think we see Solo Roman at SummerSlam.
I don't want to see that.
He makes Solo bend the knee this time, and we finally get the full bloodline and all fucking.
We just saw that.
Look, I'm telling you, he's
You
going
to. You think Solo's on the same level as Jacob?
No,
when is Zilla coming?
Absolutely not. But my thing is that we're gonna see Roman's side of things. We're gonna watch his rebuild, but they're gonna take their time with his story because, again, honestly, his next big match isn't until Mania. Like, that's what I'm foreseeing. We're gonna see him work with his family. We're gonna see him develop all these guys and give them main event matches. Like I said, Solo's up next. And then we're going to get, the Mega Bloodline, whoever they feud with going into Survivor Series. And then we got...
Didn't Tala and Tama leave?
Yeah. They walked on Solo on
and then Solo... But then Solo cost Jimmy the match against LA Knight on Raw.
Yeah. Well, so again, the match on Raw happened, and we technically... God hasn't left Solo, according to canon, until tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Oh shit!
But so when we see that happen, I think that's where it starts. Again, Solo comes over, he tries to fight for his guys back, and now he's pissed that he has nobody. He's by himself, and he's just going to end up either fighting some of the other Bloodline members leading to SummerSlam, and then getting there, or I don't know. I just think, again, going back to where we're at. I think that Jay and Roman holding the titles at the same time could be fucking absolutely insane too for WWE. I think it could be something different, and it just shows like then they can fight for power. Now it's like, hey, now we're both champions. Who's the real fucking guy? Because which title is worth more? And that's the argument they can have going into future pay-per-views after all.
You got Jay, Jimmy, Solo. And
Tala.
You got Tala and Tama might join the other side, and then Jay and Jimmy and Solo bring in The Rock for War Games.
I don't think we're gonna see another Bloodline War Games. I don't think we're gonna see that shit again. I don't know. I think it's gonna be somebody. It's gonna have to be somebody else trying to stop this from happening again, like the LA Knight crew, who's just gonna get washed. But
he'd trip over the cage door.
Yeah.
He'd lock himself inside the cage on the one in the entranceway. Anyway, let's move along. Triple threat match for the Undisputed Championship. Cody defending against Gunther and Jesus Zane.
There's no way Cody's losing this belt. Well, you know what? I'm gonna change my pick on that. Cody's losing the belt to Gunther. Like, they're not gonna put it on Sammy. They've had this opportunity a million times. They were going to do it in Canada in his home country, or it looked like they were going to do it in Canada in his home country. They didn't do it there. They're not going to do it in his adopted home country because he's a freaking Muslim. They're not going to do it there. I mean, like, again, like, as much as they love Sammy over there, there's no freaking way that, like, it's Gunther. If anybody takes the belt, it's going to be Gunther. So
listen. What do you get if you put Gunther versus Jay again? Like, what story are you telling with that shit?
Exactly.
You don't put Gunther versus Jay.
So
So
that's
what
what
the
it would
fuck do you
be.
do?
If Jay wins, he faces Gunther at SummerSlam.
No, he can choose. He can choose.
He's not. He's like, come on. He's not choosing Roman right now.
I hope he
Get the fuck
chooses Liv.
I would.
out.
I would.
Me too. Twice. But anyways, yeah, I just think that.
Sorry, Saudi. I'm not wearing a bodysuit either.
I don't see Sammy main eventing SummerSlam at all with fucking Jay. I think that'd be a horrible idea. I don't see Gunther and Jay main eventing SummerSlam because again, the story would make sense. Like to put the Bloodline and Gunther's back against the wall. You're turning the Bloodline babyface even more than they're already over. Fucking, and then again, you go back to the story of now you got Jay versus Cody. They have their history together. They won tag titles together. Cody could try to come at it humble and be like, "Oh, don't make this into a family thing," and then fucking all that bullshit that we'll get in between. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense not to be Cody. Like it has to be Cody.
Yeah, Cody's definitely going to Saudi as the champion. I mean, that's just how it. I mean, it's just how it is. We saw the run with Gunther; it was great. We don't need to see it again for quite some time. And Sammy is just filler, right? Sammy's just filler. Sammy was better when he was Uzi. I mean, he had Kevin Owens to bounce off of.
So here's
I was going to say also when he was getting antagonized by Killer Cross.
Killer Cross.
Yeah.
Imagine in a world where Gunther wins, Oba wins, and we get Gunther Oba at SummerSlam for the title, and then Oba wins the title, and Brock comes out and fucking calls his shot for his rematch, and they do it one more time for the WWE title on the line. Like that's super far fetched, but it's still somewhere in the odds, right? Like
two nights
somewhere, like 2%, but that could still happen too.
It's 2 nights of SummerSlam this year, so they could do it night one and.
But they wouldn't.
What's the date on SummerSlam?
August 1st and 2nd, I believe.
Oh,
so
I know I'm booked already.
Oh.
That would be the craziest scenario. If you break all that down, that would be like wild to me for them to push Oba to that title so fast. And it'd be just too soon to get Oba versus Gunther because I think that match deserves a WrestleMania moment too. Like when they're both hit their peak, because they say Gunther's almost there, Oba's on that climb there, but when they're both at their peaks, they're gonna be the fucking faces of the company one day. Either one of those guys.
Well, this is a no disqualification match, obviously.
Yeah.
Somehow I think Cody pulls it.
Booking.
Somehow I think Cody pulls this out, but
well, it's no DQ because it's 3-man.
Triple threat.
Yeah, triple threat. But
again,
I'm kind of over Gunther. I mean Cody. I mean, I'd like him to put it on Gunther, but again, I don't want to see Jay and Gunther, so I'm taking Cody.
Yeah, so
Makes sense.
All right, that's it. That's our pick. So go drop all your money on Oba Femi beating Liv Morgan for the title. So go drop it now.
So,
Somewhere
wait.
there's somebody's going to take that.
Hold on a second. I thought they did Money in the Bank before SummerSlam. Or is that after SummerSlam?
They used to,
No,
but I think it's changed over the years.
Okay.
But it used to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, because Money in the Bank Money in the Bank actually should be right now.
Yeah. That's right.
July.
Yeah.
Because it was always
September.
what?
September's Money in the Bank this year.
No. It used to be earlier than that because
Yeah,
wasn't
it
the
was.
Shield? Didn't the
I always
Shield
thought
all
Money
have the
Bank
title
was
the same
July.
night?
Yeah,
It was. It was like June, July was Money in the
Yeah.
Bank.
Yeah,
That's
because I swear
crazy.
I might be wrong. It might have been Adam Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, but one of those events, all 3 Shield members held the title in the same
It
night.
was.
One
It
walked
was.
in with it, the other beat him, and then the
Oh no,
cash-in.
October
Mox, yeah.
10th. October 10th is Money in the Bank.
Roman was the champion. Rollins beat him,
Beat
and
him,
then Ambrose
Mox
cashed in.
So
Yeah.
wait a minute. They really pushed it late this year because
They did.
because usually like July they go like
They could
either.
skip a year though. Honestly, they should skip a couple of years and fucking bring that back
Whoa.
later on
I
because
love Money in the
I
Bank.
love Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
I
it's
do,
fun.
but it's a recycling story, man. Like fuck, like lay off it for a year, give us a reset, and fucking make it special again. Like we just
Who was it even last year? I don't even remember.
It was Naomi and Rollins, and both of them had to vacate their titles.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Anything else on the list tonight?
That's
What we
it.
got,
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's Hardway Wrestling. That's
You're
it.
on the list.
You're on the list. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining us, and hope all your picks come true, like mine will. And again, thank you for your comments and your love. Not so much love, but more comments. So keep them coming up. We love to hear it. If you don't like AK's shirt and you think he's a heel because he's wearing a Cobra shirt, I'm down for that. So make sure you go like and subscribe. Ring that bell. We're also on podcast platforms. You can catch us there. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us you can catch us on the X.
What?
You can catch our clips. If you don't get a chance to watch the whole show and you want to break it down, you can watch us on TikTok under Hardway Wrestling. So thank you guys for joining us. Happy birthday again, Scotty. One more trip. At what point does the sun just go around you?
It already has. It's been going
Okay.
around me for years, man. Like,
Oh, we got Jesse says, I love you guys. Oh. Yeah, she's Austin's biggest fan. So anyway, thank you guys again for joining us. And we'll see you guys next time.
On the hard way.
yo, Joe.